Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel 10 Minutes Cloud Learning. And as part of today's video, we'll understand AWS DynamoDB, which is a NoSQL database offering from AWS, and perform some DB operations using AWS CLI. And I'll also demonstrate few CRUD operations using Python DB Boto3 library. So let's start. So as you can see, AWS DynamoDB is a fully managed service and provides consistent performance. As AWS manages everything, we don't really have to worry about scalability and flexibility aspect of it. And it's predominantly preferred when we are dealing with event-driven applications or wanted any kind of fine-grained access control on the data. So let's further deep dive and understand some more details in terms of how the data is being stored in case of DynamoDB. So there are predominantly two types of keys available within DynamoDB. That is, one is partition key, which is used for partitioning the data. Data with the same partition key is stored together, which helps in querying the data with the same partition key. Similarly, we have sort key, which is optional and it determines the order on how the data with the same partition key needs to be stored. So let's understand with the help of an example. Let's say we are storing logging data for several applications. My partition key could be the application name and the sort key is the timestamp of the log. So this allows me to query all the logs of a particular application, during the over the last 1 hour in one query. Or if at all I want to do any queries beyond last 1 hour, maybe on a particular date, that also I can do using this option. So combination of the partition key and the optional sort key forms the primary key of the table. So they must be unique, and the choice of your partition key and sort key should be based on your most important access pattern. So let's understand few use cases of DynamoDB in terms of when to use and when not to use. So basically, because as DynamoDB is mostly managed by AWS, so a lot of things like the auto sharding, auto scaling is taken care by AWS itself. Okay, so that is the greatest benefit of using DynamoDB, and it is mostly relevant or mostly preferred when your data is stored in the form of a key value format, okay, or simple queries are present. Or it is also helpful when you want to, when your application demands a high read or write rate is required. Now coming to when not to use DynamoDB, this is very important. That is, when you have multi-item or cross-table transactions are required, DynamoDB is something which should not be preferred. And when you are dealing with complex queries or joins, which kind of spans across multiple tables, okay, then DynamoDB may not be the right choice. And when you are dealing with real-time analytics on historic data, then DynamoDB may not be the right choice. So now that, okay, we understood what are the use cases where DynamoDB should be preferred. Now let's jump into AWS console for a quick demo. So I'm here in my AWS console. I'll go to, let me go to my DynamoDB. So I have this DynamoDB service. I'm going to create a table. Let's say the table name is going to be users. I'm going to have a partition key called ID, and let me make it as number. Okay, as I said, short key is optional. I for this example purpose, I'm not going to choose this one. So let me go ahead and create this table. So once the table is being created, we can add some items here. Let me refresh this. Okay, it's created. Okay, I'll click on this button called create item. Here I can say my ID is, let's say, 11. I'll add some more data string. Let's say I'll say first name, F name is Harry. Then I can add one more name, one more field called L name, that is last name. Let's say I'll say John, and I'll just say save. So if you want to see how the data is being stored, you can click on this, and there is an option called tree view, or there is an option called text. Okay, and if you want to see how DynamoDB stores, you can click on this checkbox. It will tell you, okay, the F name is stored as a string, S stands for string, N stands for number, and LM, that is string John. So now that, okay, we have added, okay, so there are two options that DynamoDB provides. One is scan and the other one is query. So query is preferred, when I want to do some kind of query on my primary key, that is ID. And if at all I want to do any kind of filtration on my DynamoDB table, okay, then scan is preferred. In that case, using scan, I can use any other key other than the primary key. So let's do one thing. Let's get into our CLI and try to add few more records or few more perform few more operations. So here I am in my AWS CLI. Okay. Now one thing that you need to keep in mind is that, okay, I am assuming you would have done AWS configure, wherein you need to specify the access key and the secret key combination, so that it will be able to connect to your AWS account. So that is something which I have already done. Now if at all I want to check what are the tables that is available in my account, I'll just say AWS DynamoDB list hyphen tables, and it should show me the users table. As you can see here, I'm seeing this users table, right? Now uh, let's do one more thing. I want to add few more items to this table. So what I have done here is that I have a JSON file. This JSON file is nothing but users.json, okay, and this JSON file is trying to add one attribute called the first name, last name, and one other ID called 12, right? And this JSON file is being stored in this path, under C colon AWS codes DynamoDB. And the command that I need to type here is, I'm just copy pasting here. So we are trying to do a batch operation here. Okay, as you can see, this is a array, but in this array, I'm just adding only one element, and I'm just referring to this users.json. I'll hit enter. Yeah. So we get a response back saying unprocessed items is 0. Blank in the sense, it is 0, which means it was able to insert this record into our DynamoDB table. So let's go to our console and check if it has really inserted or not. So we can click on this refresh icon. So as you can see, the ID 12 has been added here. In case I want to add few more records, I can do by adding. So now I have added 15 and 16. Let me change it to, let's say, 13. I'll say Benjamin 1, Lucas 1, and I've saved it. I'm going to rerun this command. So ideally speaking, it should add 3 more additional rows into that table. So let's refresh this console, and as you can see, it has added 3 more additional rows, right? So now we saw how to operate using AWS CLI, but if at all you wanted to get more understanding of what are the other commands that AWS CLI offers for DynamoDB, you can go to this link. This link has a long list of commands which you can refer, and I kind of use this list tables, and it also tells you, how to use this. So similarly, you can go through the other commands that is being highlighted in this link. Now let's jump into one program which I have already written using Python and Boto 3. So as you can see, this is my Python program which is kind of establishing a connectivity with my DynamoDB. And to do that, you have to specify the access key and the secret key. Well, this is not the preferred way to specify. In case of production environments, we have to keep these access keys and secret keys in a different properties file or different config file. But for demo purpose, I have just hard coded here, right? Now, what I'm trying to do over here is that I'm planning to fetch one item whose ID is 18. I'm not sure if ID 18 is there or not, but let me quickly check that. Okay, it's not there. So let's quickly see 12. Okay, so 12 is already there, and I should be able to see my output in this place, right? So let me run this program, and as you can see on my right hand side, okay, I'm able to see this output 12 ID 2 for ID 12. The first name is Benjamin, the last name is Lucas, right? Similarly, if I want to fetch for somebody else, I can do that also. And for ID 16, the first name is William, the last name is James, right? Now let's go ahead and do some more additional operations. Okay, um, so please keep in mind, that for fetching you have to use get item, and now I'm planning to add some items to my existing DynamoDB table, that is users, right? So for that I'm using this put item command, and what I'm trying to do, I'm planning to add an item called with ID 20. So let me execute this. Okay, now let's go and refresh this. So I'm hoping ID 20 would have been added here. Yes, it is added here. So now let's go with the next operation, that is how to delete. Sorry, I'm just commenting this. Okay, so you have something called as delete item, which can be used to delete a particular row from the DynamoDB table. So let me see if I'm trying to delete this ID called 20. So I have mentioned that 20 here, and I'm going to click on the run button. Okay, now go and refresh the console. So as you can see, 20 is being deleted from this DynamoDB table, right? So I hope the information was very useful. We kind of understood how to use AWS CLI, or how to use Python Boto 3 to connect to our DynamoDB. Please do like or subscribe my channel. Thank you.